Good afternoon, everybody. I'm trying to get this lined up for you guys. I think I've got it figured out. Today I thought, I'm sorry I didn't come back on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. Had issues with this tablet again, and it was plugged in, but it killed itself. So I had to unplug it for a while and then plug it back in, and then it's taken until now to get to 100%. I could have used my other one, but still having a bit of issues with the cats where they're not, you know, they're just like, since the New Year's Eve and the first kind of thing, they've just started to come around and realize that it's me that's home and settle down and not be so jumpy, and they've started to eat again. And you know, I wish they could tell me what went on, because then I could, you know, maybe fix it. So anyway, I'm starting the New Year's off with something from 2018 that didn't come. It was from the November swap with the flock swappers. And Nikki's and Santa's, Santa's I expected to be longer, but because of my, the Canadian post office going on strike, even though it was rotating strike or whatever, it held up so much mail. And I received Santa's from Finland, which is this one, and I'll cover her address there. I received that on the 22nd of December, and it was mailed on the 15th of October. No. Yeah, 15th of October. Yeah, I'm having to, my brain's on, not working. I've spent so much time trying to get my cats to calm down that now my brain's not working. Theirs are fine. But we have a little bit of a thing going on over here where we have first Nico. I don't know if I can get it over there and just show you. Maybe I can do it if I take this down. Here's Nico right there. That's my tuxedo baby. And there's Fred. Where are you, Fred? Where's your face? Let me see your face. There's Fred. He's over on the laptop laying down because he got in trouble and he wasn't happy about it. So anyway, I have put a white daub of Posca pen on my tablet so that hopefully the things you see I'm doing are right side up, and if they're not, then I'll just change the white dot to the other side and then I'll know for sure. But when I was doing something the other day, the last video I did actually, I looked at it and some things were upside down, but when I went like this to show you things, they were right side up. So I'm trying to get, so this is right side up so that I can just show you things like this, and then they will be right up to you. So Nico's wandering around here. Anyway, this is from Nikki and Niagra, and I'm so sorry it's taken so long, Nikki, but with that mail disaster we had here, and I got yours the day before Santa's, so you know, it's, and then with Christmas being right there, and I went away for a few days. I'm back, but I've been, like I said, spending time trying to calm my cats down again. I was on the, you know, the last time I went away, I was gone for like a week, and I came home and the cats were totally fine. This time I was only gone for like, I left on the 24th. I was gone the 25th, and I was home the 26th, and I came home and they were so anxious and scared, like they wouldn't even come near me, which really hurt my feelings, right? And so it's taken me all this time to get them to calm down again. So anyway, I'm going to do your flock swap this early afternoon, Nikki, and if I get time after uploading yours, I'll come back and I'll do Santa's. So Nikki sent me this tombola. Now I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but we'll see. And she sent me 2 pretty napkins. I just love these colors. I especially love this one, but I love the pattern in this one. It's really gorgeous. So I'm going to try to work those in. Now Fred's trying to figure out where he can lay. And she sent me this cute little oh shoot, my names are going out of my head. Well, it's sticky. You're not supposed to be on it, so get off it. A stencil. That's what it is. And it's really cute. It's got these little flowers with hearts and then squares or diamonds with the arrow. And then like well, you can see it. Yeah. So it's quite cute. So that's going to be fun to use. Then she sent me an Apple sticker. So I'm assuming, Nikki, that you have an Apple computer. I don't. But I like the Apple sticker. It's cute because I love apples. And then she sent me a pear, half of a pear. So see, and this is a ATC, which will go in my ATC book. I like this. I love the background on that. I don't know if it's a playing card or what, but it's really nice. And it's got her name on the back, which is nice, so that I can just put it in my book and know where it came from. So I'll stick that over there to be put away. And there are 2 of these little guys. And I am assuming they're from a game because it says probe, and on the back it says, of this one, it says take an additional turn. And this one just has some dots on the back. So never heard of the game before, but this side is cool. This is not bad either, like with the dots, but they're kind of neat. And then here's one that's the original parlor game, 20 questions, the game of people, places, and things. I am poison ivy. Instruct players that I am a thing. I grow. Boy Scouts study me. I'm located in many places. People try to avoid me. I am common in the eastern and central U.S. I climb. I flower. Most people get a rash when I'm around. Lose your turn. I am found on hiking trips. People have an itch for me. Lose your turn. My family is the sumac family. I produce oil. I irritate many people. Go back 2 spaces. I have roots. I have berries. One free guess anytime. My cousin is found at Eastern universities. So that's kind of cute. And then she made me a cluster. I think that's kind of cute. Oh, and it's got the other half of the apple in there. Oh, that's neat. And some flowers and a cartoon. And it says practice, so that's cute. And I'm going to use the other half in and some little stickers that say today. That's cute. I love your cluster though. I made a whole bunch of Christmas clusters and then I decorated them. And I have a whole bunch of other clusters that are in another spot and haven't decorated them yet, but I'll get to them. And then she sent me some of these really old-time pictures. Mom chasing the kid after he's had a bath, or she's not going to chase him, she's going to let him run. And I keep trying to think of who this guy is. Ever since I looked at him, it's like, he looks familiar, but I can't think of who he is. I know he's an old actor. And then the new hood range of this, I don't know what, looks like it might be 1950s by the pictures anyways. And then I wish I had a kitchen this big. I mean, mine is maybe the size of this. You know, mine is so small. And then Dad and the kids reading the comics together, and and this beautiful blue parrot. I just love him. He is so pretty. So he's going in here somehow. And then this says cute boy, sweet boy, little boy. And it's got a little hole up here where you can, if you push it out, you can add something to it, like to hang it or whatever. Lady Million. Wish I had a million. And then a running shoe on the back. Live colorfully. These are little little calendar pages. Like it has a little tiny calendar. Doesn't say what year. Content at 2017 Postmark Press. Okay. This says the best nicknames are the ones people have no idea are theirs. And this one, oh man, having twins and a daughter, 3 kids. I feel like I just did this yesterday. Man, did I feel like that many a time. And then I taught the kids to do the dishes. Listen to them fight, but you know, it was easier. And in the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take. And not only does that apply to frankfurters and salami and whatnot, it applies to life. The chances you didn't take are the ones that you regret. And then here's a paper page from a book called Strange Fugitive. And this is a cardstock, I believe, label. There's another piece of cardstock with hearts and things on it. And I'll put that over. And this is a piece of, I don't know if it's from a wallpaper book or carpet book or what. That can't be carpet, it's too thin. Well, you never know. But it's really cool. It's got a really cool weave in it. I hope you can see it. I'll try turning it more to where the light's shining. But it's really quite cool. I like it. And then a card that says happy anniversary to a wonderful couple, and there's 2 bears on a teeter-totter. And then it says you're a hard act to follow, and she's flipped up over onto him. That's kind of cute. And then this pink, or not pink, sorry, red satin. It's very pretty. That's very pretty. I love that color. I used to have a pair of pajamas I made myself out of that color. And then this picture is stunning. It says Gucci jewelry, but I love the fact that, you know, I mean, she is wearing a ton of jewelry there, like this, the earrings, and a ring on every finger. And I just love the fact that I love this gown and the hair and stuff. And I love that she's holding this little baby lamb. And there's like horses in the background, so I'll have to see if I can do something with that, if it'll fit on the page. It's so pretty. I wouldn't want to wear my hair that way. Or is that a bonnet of some kind she's got on? Yeah, it looks like a bonnet or a hairband or something. But that's from Elle magazine. And then this is the envelope that Stacy sent, or Stacy, pardon me, Nikki sent me from, that she had done. And she had it taped completely with packing tape. So I sat one day and got all the packing tape off, but it's left it very, very sticky. That's why the cat was shaking his paw. So it's left it quite sticky in places, but I really like the design and everything that's on it, so I really want to use at least one of them. I don't know how yet, because I just just took all this stuff out. So I'm going to put all this up, and I have your address here, Nikki, that I'll put into something, like a little pocket or something for it. Like I said, I do. Well, what colors are in here? Purples and stuff. So, yeah, it doesn't quite go with that. No, would need different stuff on that. But it might. Pink kind of brings out the purplish in her. Let's see what this one does. No, it tones it down. No, this just doesn't. Well, it does and it doesn't quite work. So I think what I'm going to do is use this napkin. And I think I love the color of this. Such a pretty color. Come on. Just not going to work for me today, huh? Okay, where did I put my tape now? I know I had it up here. Here, I'll take one of these. That'll work. Oh, and that's going to rip the whole darn thing. Well, maybe this is the back. Maybe I don't need to take any more off. Doesn't seem like it. It's not wanting to come off there. Oh, there we go. There we go. I just have to keep an eye on my tablet here and this is leaving on the white paper kind of a cute polka dot. Little black polka dots on it. There, and we got it all. Okay. So now, let's see. Take this. I need my pen. Okay. Oh, everything's caught on everything here since I was gone. I need to clean up a mess in here now. Those scissors just aren't working and they're new. This way. And we'll cut down to there. Come on. Well, it's a little crooked, but it'll do. Now I need to... Oh, I did so much stuff before I left, and I was had so many things knocked over by you-know-who, His Majesty over there. So there we go. There we go. Now, do I have any water? No. So I just need to grab some water. Be right back. Just in the kitchen. I'm sure Fred will find something to amuse you with. Look at that. You didn't get into any trouble at all while I was gone. What a good boy. Hmm? Oh, Mommy is a bad girl because she left her brush with glue on it. And well, we'll see what we can fix it. Get some of the glue off the edges. I'm sure once it gets glue on it again, it'll reactivate. Oh, there, that's better. Just a couple pieces on there. Stick that back there. I do have wax paper in between so that it shouldn't affect the page below, which is good. Had that happen and a few of them stuck together and I had to very gently pry them apart. So. Nico hair there. Okay. Get that out as flat as I can. And then I will get this napkin positioned and down. Oh, it's quite over far enough. Not quite far enough over. Come on, stop that. You're still doing it. Knock it off. Oh no, it's getting wet and tearing down. I've recently seen some people putting napkins down just using a glue stick and getting pretty good results with it, but I haven't tried that yet. Maybe with little pieces at a time I will and see how it works out. I just keep thinking that the glue stick might have the tendency to tear it, but I don't know, they seem to be doing quite well with it. As I spent the last couple days just kind of binge watching YouTube because either Nico or Fred was constantly in my lap. And because they've had such a hard time settling down, I couldn't, I don't know, it was like, don't move, you know, they're cuddling up again and getting used to you again, so just, you know, leave them be. So I ended up kind of just sitting with them to, you know, kind of bring them back to themselves kind of thing. And it's working. They're getting calmer and calmer every day, and they're starting to go back to their normal selves. Oops, what am I cutting under there? I don't want to cut you. So it's nice that they're getting back to being calm, and no, I don't, come on. I'm not going to totally fussy cut this hair. That's just not going to happen today. I will do as good as I can in here, but usually I would be down with my craft knife and everything and making sure I got every strand cut properly and stuff like that. But today, no. I'm actually having a fairly good day as far as my shaking hands go, so that's a bonus. So hopefully they won't start kicking up by what I'm doing. Mostly I've been having, most problems I've been having recently is my feet and my legs cramping. Oh, there's nothing worth it. And I even got one in my stomach. That was painful. Very painful. I wasn't happy when that one happened, and it was like, oh my God, how am I going to get rid of this one? But the lady who does Reiki for me had mixed me up a formula of magnesium carbonate or something, and she said spray it on your cramps, like when they start, spray it on them, and it does work. It's worked on my feet, so I was spraying it like crazy on my stomach, and it worked, but not as well, because it was like a real muscle spasm in my stomach, and it's just like all the muscles in my stomach seemed to grab into one place, and they were not letting go for nothing. So I finally grabbed the roll-on of cryoderm that I have and put that on it, and that helped. Took a bit, but it helped. I had to get up and walk around and, you know, like lift my arms above my head and, you know, wiggle my body a bit trying to get it to come out, but it finally did. But those, I've had those before. They're the worst cramp I can imagine. Even worse than getting them in your feet, getting them in your stomach. And, you know, with my muscles in such horrid shape since that car accident, and you know, I still haven't heard back from, I've been trying to get an appointment back with the girl that did my massage therapy, and I haven't heard back from her yet, so I'm going to have to try and maybe call her again this afternoon. And I guess, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're closed for holidays too, so it's like, you know, you just don't know what their holiday hours are. And, the only way we communicated when I was going to her a few months ago, it was through like emails. She would send me my appointment dates and things like that, and then I would just go. And New Year's Eve I got one hell of a surprise in the mail, or I should say one heck of a surprise, I guess. Be careful what I say on here, don't I? I got summoned to jury duty, and it starts in February. Don't know what it's about yet, but I have a thing that I have to get back to them, and it's like nothing on their stipulations of why you can't serve really applies to me. So it's looks like during February I'm going to be tied up in jury duty, if I'm picked. I mean, who knows, I might not be, you know, but I wouldn't mind serving on jury duty. I used to watch you know, all the trials and stuff on TV. Was my favorite type of show, you know. And I know it's a lot of work to be on a jury, and I don't know, like they would have to let me know if I'm going to be sequestered, because then I would have to find someone to look after the cats, give them my key, and whatnot. There, she looks very princessy now, except she's got a little blemish on her nose. What else was I going to put here? I put your, this is where I stuck your, so that won't cut into her face. I'm going to stick that there. I know I could have stapled it on, Nikki, but I just thought I would do it this way since that's the what I have open right now. I'm not going to do it over top of it, however, but I just thought I would stick it down that way. Sissy needs to practice looking after that little goat. I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee. And I'm kind of I don't want you to write that. Oh, come on, you were just working 2 minutes ago. What's wrong with you? That's all I wanted to do. I thought I'd get this off and make a she's pretty dry. I need to make a pocket here. Let's see, where's my glue stick? That seems pretty sticky inside too, so there. Took all my glue off. It won't work if I don't take the lid off. There. More Nico here. And I think I've mentioned this once before, but it is worth mentioning again. As you can see, I do have 2 cats. And as I get going here, I mean, I've only been on here for what, four months now, I think. And once I do get going on here, I mean, I probably will do auctions and, you know, and things like that. I just want to stick your address in there, Nikki. That's why I'm trying to make that little pocket. So you can stick it like this and there. And then perhaps we could stick the apples. Looks cute. This little guy might like a pear. Let's give him a pear. We'll put the apple over here. Somebody's there taking a bite at it. Okay, Fred, you need to either get down or go to your spot. You're not doing either, so there, give you a hand. what I was saying was, like, you know, as I get going, I probably will, you know, oh, I have my Zibbit store name reserved and everything. I haven't opened it yet because I don't really have much to put in it at this point in time. Well, I do have a couple things, but, you know, just putting one or two things in is, you know, is that worth it? I don't know. So, you know, I will be adding things to my Zibbit store as I have more and more to add. And then, you know, who knows? Maybe I will, you know, get sometime in 2019 where I've got way too much stuff that I've collected, or, you know, whatever. And I am determined I am going to do a journal in 2019. They are driving me insane. I really want to do one, but I don't know. It's like fear keeps holding me back. So I keep watching all the different videos on them, and, you know, beginners ones on them. And I mean, they don't look hard. I mean, with some of the things I've done in crafting before, they look relatively easy. And I don't know what it is that's stopping me, but I mean, eventually I'll just go for it and get it done, you know. But I intend to do those, and among other things, tags, and, you know, like I've got a whole ton of clusters that I could, you know, bag up and sell. And because I have so many of them now, I mean, that is really something that you can get hooked on so fast, you know, doing those. They were really fun. And if I want to go like this, or go like this, kind of like those dots. Maybe they'll fit down here. Oh, right. So, but the one thing, I keep getting distracted there. The one thing I want to make sure of is that if you have an allergy to cats, please don't purchase anything from me. Not that I want to stop people from purchasing things. I mean, if you want to have it sent to someone else, that's fine. But if you are seriously allergic to cats, please, I have 2 cats that walk across this table constantly. And I have spent the past year having issues with breathing from this car accident. It did something to my lungs that caused me to have acute prolonged asthma. And it has left vibrations in my lungs that kept causing me to not be able to breathe. And I would not want anyone who has an allergy to cats to have that problem. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. I mean, I almost died once from not being able to breathe. And I really, like I said, I do not want that to happen to somebody else, because it's not fun when you cannot breathe. It is the scariest thing in the world. Like, you just, you know, you don't know if you're going to make it or not, like, because you can't get a breath in, you can't push a breath out, and it's like you feel like you're on your way out as it is. And, you know, like 2 or 3 times I've gone straight to the doctors, and she sent me by ambulance directly to the hospital because I couldn't breathe. And the first time I was like, oh, I'll just drive myself. And she's like, I don't think that's a good idea. And I'm like, well, my car is here. I drove here, so I should be able to drive to the hospital. It's really close to my house. And if they're going to send me home right away, how the heck am I going to get back to my car? So she's like, all right, this time I'll say yes, you know. And she did a bunch of tests on me and stuff before she let me go. And then she said, I have sent information to the hospital that you're on your way. So you go directly there from here. And I said, I will. It's just, you know, just turn up Bay Street and I'm right there. So I will get there. And, you know, and like I was telling the guy when he was checking me and the doctor sent something to you guys about what's going on. He says, well, we do our own research. You know, doctors can send whatever they want, but, you know, we'll look at it, but we'll go step by step, all right from the beginning of everything. I'm like, okay. So I was there from, God, I think it was 10 o'clock in the morning until 5:30 that night. And they had gotten me breathing. The doctor had asked them to put me on 5 days of prednisone. They put me on 3. 1 I took at the hospital and 2 to take home. And as soon as I finished the 2 that I took home, the second day after taking the, not taking them, I was right back to where I was to start with. So I went right back in to see her again. And she said, okay, she said, this time there is no you driving anywhere. We are going to put a note on your car so they don't tow it, don't ticket you, don't anything, that because you have been sent to the hospital. I've already called the ambulance. It's on its way, and you're leaving from here in an ambulance to go to the Jubilee Hospital. And she said, they're not letting you go until they can figure out what's going on. And that's when, I mean, I had told them that my cardiologist was the one who found the vibrations in my lungs. And so they started from there, doing x-rays and, you know, all sorts of stuff, and looking up the records from my cardiologist, you know, because it hadn't been too long since I had had those tests done in that hospital. So they looked them all up, and it's like, you know, like I was hit very hard in my lungs by someone, and like an over and over kind of thing. And then this car accident just exacerbated the whole thing. And, you know, now I have to, they have finally got it to the point where, you know, they've figured some things out. That it was a trial and error with medications and inhalers, and oh my God, it was just nuts. But the trial and error seems to have worked itself out now, where I am on 1 inhaler now instead of 3, which is a bonus. And I get 1 shot. And for the first 3 months, it was every month. And now it's down to, it goes to every 2 months. But it's definitely helping my lungs. The only thing about it, and like I told the lung specialist, and then had to tell the people that give me the shot, that the only reaction that I'm having to it is an hour to an hour and a half after I take it. I start sneezing like crazy. My eyes start watering, and, you know, but that, my eyes watering and stuff, that's another symptom of, you know, the person who punched me in the lungs, and his sister punching me in the eye, and, you know, so there's been damage done to my eye that was all, you know, it was kind of there, but when this garbage truck hit me, it just exacerbated everything to, like, I didn't have the issues of my eyes continually watering or being itchy or anything like that. And then all of a sudden, after the car accident, everything just got worse. Absolutely everything got worse. And it has not been a fun, 2018 was not a fun time for me, let me tell you. And I'm glad it's over. I'm hoping 2019 is going to be much better, and But I don't make New Year's resolutions. I just don't. You know, I mean, people do all the time. Oh, I'm going to quit smoking and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And it's like, yeah, that usually lasts for a couple of weeks when people do that. You know, unless they've got somebody doing it with them, and then the two of them could make it a month or two. It, you know, eventually somebody gives up. Same as weight loss, you know, diet things, you know, everybody, oh, I'm going to lose this many pounds, and oh, what's the point? You know, I just, you know, like I was watching Dawn Calvin earlier on Let's Make a Mess, and she's like, her word for 2019 is simplicity, and has been for the last 3 years. And I mean, simplicity is a great word. I like my life being simple, but I think I would have to say that I would go with simple, stress-free. You know, I don't want any more stress in my life. I like to be, you know, kind of, I enjoy living on my own. I can say that. You know, I don't have to answer to anybody. I don't have to cook if I don't want to. And, you know, there's times, you know, when it would be nice to have somebody to go out with and do stuff with and whatnot. But, you know, I know my kids kept saying, why don't you get married again? And it's like, no, thank you. That is not happening. You know, you can say that all you want, but it is never going to happen. I will never, ever get married again. You know, I'm quite happy by myself. And like I said, I enjoy being able to do what I do when I want to do it. I can go out when I feel like it. I can craft when I feel like it. And the only ones I have to answer to are the cats. And gee, they can be pretty damn bossy in their own right, too. Especially Fred. Nico's pretty cool. But Fred gets very bossy. You'd never know it by looking at him over there right now. He's all sound asleep, curled up on stuff, which I'm about to take away from him, so he's not going to like that. But yeah, he can be pretty bossy when he wants to be, you know, especially when it comes to treats and things like that. I really like this one. I really like the saying, and I don't know whether to just cut out the saying. I think sorry, hard to talk and cut scallops at the same time because I'm trying to concentrate to make them right. I'm praying right there. That's good enough. I want this to go to her, but this end needs to scallop. cover everything up, but I think it can go like right there. Should probably take that last one off because it's kind of in the way. Well, I usually have a magazine over here for doing this, and I don't know where I put it. Probably here somewhere. There, that looks good. Maybe I can make another pocket on the other side. That might be an idea. So I still have some of, I still have this. So let's see. I just want to see how wide these things really are. That okay, so I don't need it quite that big. That's all I wanted to know. As far as that goes, I could put this one right on the front. And I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to shorten this pocket. I have been searching and searching and searching for my corner rounder. I finally found this one, which does work, but I could not find the one that I normally used, which was that red one, because this one always seems to want to chomp where it's not supposed to. But, damn, now it's not going to go in there. And put that one under. Let's see if we can slide this in if I'm paying attention to what I'm doing here. No, I'm not going to go into, I'm going to have to try this again. No, it's not. So we'll just put that towards the bottom then. And I'm going to put this on the top and center it. Oh, are you wanting to help now, Phoebe? Good boy. You're a good boy. Or do we want it this way? I think I want it this way. Okay. There you go, sweetheart. It's okay. Keep your hand there. Or your paw. I have hands, you have paws. Yes. We confused that the other day, didn't we? Yes, it was like you kept tapping my paw. I guess if you live with cats long enough, you start to feel like, okay, I don't have hands, I have paws because they're always holding my paws. Especially him, he's a real paw holder, this one. He loves to be, you know, he likes to know you're right there. And, you know, when I did my stream on, was it the 28th or something? or 29th. He had been really, oh, he was so upset. And there was nothing, like my table was all clean and everything, and he kept coming up and tapping up here with his nose. Like he wanted to be on camera. He wanted me to talk, I guess, because it seems like now he's doing it. The more I talk to you guys and do things, he starts to fall asleep, like he's getting a bedtime story. And he just, you know, he totally relaxes. And I think that, you know, like when I went away, I left my YouTube channel on, but left it so that it would continuously play into everyone else's streams too, so that, you know, you guys would get hours or minutes, pardon me, of playtime too, because minutes are what count on YouTube. It's not subscribers, it's minutes. How many minutes played? So I wanted to make sure that, you know, it was, oh darn, I did that wrong. So that it was set so that, you know, it would just continue streaming for a couple of days, and for the days that I was gone, and that, you know, you guys would all get time too. So, you know, everybody that I subscribe to is kind of in the list, or everybody that I watch is kind of in a list, you know, so I just put it on and left it for him. Well, for both of them, like I used to have a vet, and she's no longer working anymore. She's retired. But if your pet had to stay overnight in the clinic, or in the vet's clinic, she would leave a TV on for them. And I said, oh, good, you're just like me, because I do that even when I go grocery shopping. She said, good, because it's good for them to have that noise. They don't feel lonely and neglected. So as long as they are hearing everyday noises, they're good. And I've always done that with my animals. You know, I've always left something on for them, so that you know, I didn't want them to be lonely when I was gone. So I made sure that I always did that with them. You little piece of glue, you can go under there. There. There's my towel right in my lap. What's that, buddy? Does the glue smell good? You're not going to eat it, are you? Why am I getting all this stuff on me here? Okay. So that's that. Now let's see. What can we do here? There's my bird. Oh yeah, he looks better with that little bit of black behind him too. Like that. Right here, baby. You can lay down for sleep. You lay down for sleep. My pillow? Want a pillow? There you go. You can use that for your pillow. Okay? There you go. There you go. So, let's see if I can't. He doesn't want a pillow. He wants Mom's hand. It's the only thing that does any good right now. So, I'm probably going to be doing the rest of this page pretty much one-handed. You know? They've been like this, real clingy ever since I came home, and I just want them to feel safe. I do like this picture. It's cute. It doesn't quite go. Maybe I can use those in a journal. That's okay with you, Nikki. No, you're too big to go in there. These should. No, I got it too small. Darn it. It's okay, Fred. It's okay. Had to put that in there. I love that word, snarkasms. Now, let's see. 20 questions will go in there. And, oh, here, Tombola game. Oh, we lifted. We lifted. Did it too soon. Darn it. But anyway, the Tombola game and the other game. Oh, come on. Please go back down. Didn't I put enough glue here or what? Maybe not. Nope. Now I put way too much because it went way up. Okay, where did you go? Did he run off with you? Okay. So how's the weather in Niagara Falls today, Nikki? You guys get a lot of snow? I know we got hit by that really wicked windstorm, but I was one of the very lucky people that did not lose power. And but so many of my friends did lose power, and for quite a long time too. Some of them, like Salt Spring Island yesterday, the crews were just coming back from Salt Spring, and they had, you know, at first they couldn't get over there, and then when they did get over there, it was, oh, it was a horrible mess over there. I'm telling you, pictures they were showing. Like, I don't have TV, but I can, you know, through like my email and stuff, I get the news sent to me kind of thing. It just, you know, through Twitter kind of. What did I do with my, oh, it's right beside me. Jeez. Gotta stop that. Anyway, I did get to watch some of the stuff from Salt Spring Island and from Up Island, and at Christmas I was Up Island, and the friends that I had spent Christmas with, they had lost their power for 27 hours, and there were still people that they knew, and it, you know, 5 days later they still had no power. Oh, and they showed, it absolutely broke my heart. They showed this family having to take everything out of their freezer. They had these 2 huge salmon in the freezer and a huge turkey, because they were a really big family. They were expecting a lot of people for Christmas, and So they lost the turkey. Everything that was in their freezer had gone bad. And like when they were pulling it out, they were, trying to get it out of there. They were gagging because of the smell, and my heart just bled for them, like that's a lot of food to lose. It's a lot of money down the drain. And I just, I thank God that I wasn't one of those who lost my power. I didn't even know people had lost power because I don't, like I said, I don't have TV. And I mean, I know that the winds were bad here in Victoria, but in the area where I'm living, they obviously were not as bad as what others were experiencing. And oh God, I felt so bad for them. I just wished, there was something I could do, and there really wasn't. There was nothing I could do. I'm trying to get this to stick down now. It's not wanting to. Maybe I should just take this stuff out for the time being and let it sit. Yeah, I'll do that. Then I think I should use this little thing. What should I do with it? Let me see. What have I got here in front of me so I don't have to go running anywhere? No, I think I'll go grab my thing of paints and see what I can do with it. This is something I can just do. What's this? I'll put some darker blue in here somehow. I'm gonna do those. Let's do them from here. This isn't even open yet. I just bought this. I should have used a sponge. Don't know what I was thinking. Look at that one, looks just like my finger. I never even just made a sound. Gotta keep an eye on this thing now because it's only ever lasted for about an hour, so. There, put that there. I do want to use a sparkly paint, so we'll get a bit of a sparkle. Do you want some? A little bit of sparkle. I'll do this around the edges and give it a bit of a border around here. There. Still going, that's good. Just like that to the water. I do, where did I put that book page? Book page. Sorry for not talking much. I don't know what's wrong with me. Or maybe it's, you know, because my little buddy took off and trying to be quiet so he doesn't come back. That sounds awful, but, you know, I've been trapped under his head and paws for the past 3 days and not getting anything done by, you know, but just getting him calmed down. And then it would be like he'd just get off my lap to go use the litter box or something, and Nico would pop up into my lap. And he'd lay down and go to sleep. So I was pretty much a pillow for the 2 cats for the past few days. It's been interesting. But I got a lot of other people's videos watched. That was cool. And seeing all your New Year's videos. I wanted to video on New Year's Eve and I couldn't because of that damn tablet, or the one I'm using now. It was just like, why did you die? You've been plugged in, you know, and it was plugged into the same cord that all my lights are plugged into, and the lights are working. So it was like, okay, why aren't you working? You know, I couldn't figure it out. It just didn't make any sense. So I plugged it into the kitchen, and I thought, no, I remember last time that didn't work either. And then I brought it back in here and I plugged it into one of the, you know, like I have the power bars. The power bar that the lights and stuff are plugged into is working just fine, so I don't get it. And then I plugged it into a different one that's underneath my TV setup over there. Plugged it into that, and it started charging. And I was like, well, you're awfully picky about where you're put, you know, like that's the only thing I can say. It's very, very picky about where you plug it in. You know, it's just frustrating that it does that. It's like, I don't know, you know. My other tablet, it crossed my mind to use it, but then with the cats on me, I couldn't get up, so it was like my tablet was right there, but you know, what could I video from there? I was sitting on the couch with them. Okay, what happened to you? Come on, unclog. Sorry, we're running out of time. So Nikki, I will post a picture of this. I'll post the video, and then I'll post it into the flock so that you'll be able to see what I've done and how I finished it. I'm gonna have to get off this thing because it's only gonna give me about 10-20 seconds of time and then it's gonna die. So I will post what I can. If I can get any more video off here, I will do it. That could be just a warning to me that it's gonna die. I don't know, but we'll do what I can while you're still, you know. This I've got, oh darn, didn't want to do that. I'm going to have to stick something behind this because I didn't want it to, maybe I can lift it. No. So I'll stick something back in behind it here because I don't want it to stick down. Maybe I can do it this way. There. There we go. So anyway, Nikki, I'll do a couple little more things here and see what we can accomplish. Okay, buddy, I need you out of my way now. Out of my way. Go, 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 go. I know you don't have anywhere to go, but... There. So I think that I will call this done now, Nikki. And if I think of anything else, I will be putting the things that I had in this pocket. They will go back in. There. There we go. So we will call this page done. And I thank you for sending it to me. And I had a lot of fun playing with it. And I hope you like it. Hopefully we get a chance to swap again one day. And anyway, I will leave you now. And I will say goodbye for now. A very happy, prosperous new year to everyone. I hope everyone's life improves in 2019. And don't forget that creative clutter is way better than idle neatness. And have a great new year. Bye now.